again, wiggers and niggers. How you all doing? So, out in Los Angeles, not a surprise there, because again, California is a shithole, and this is the kind of shit they focus on. Susan Miller Dorsey Senior High. Again, Susan Miller Dorsey Senior High. I don't know who it was named after. That's a mouthful right there. There is a course that teaches the black experience. And all the kids are thrilled about it. I'm sure there are. I'm sure they are. It teaches the black experience from black African kingdoms up to the modern age. What do you mean kingdoms? You mean like Wakanda? That shit isn't real. Okay? It's not real. Jesus Christ. The problem is that more than 700 schools across the United States are doing this bullshit. And this was after George Floyd. Remember that asshole, that drug addict, that he got killed by a drug overdose? Because they've satanized this asshole. Now, that's not even the proper word, but because they made this asshole a saint, we get to learn about the African experience. What are we, in fucking Africa? Why don't we learn about the Italian experience and the French experience? And Jesus fucking Christ. Why don't they learn? They need to bring back civics. This is what they need to bring back, civics. None of these kids know any history of this country. Oh, white people don't have a culture. White people settled this fucking country. Don't give me this shit it was on slaves. Yes, black people had a part in it, but basically if it wasn't for white people, you wouldn't have the roads, the cars, the airplanes, the toilet, the fucking air conditioner, the fucking refrigerator. You wouldn't have anything you have today, dumb shit. So why do you go on and on about Wakanda? That was a fucking movie. There's no spaceships in Africa. Unless white people put them there. Fucking dipshits. And the only reason why Africa was dragged into the modern age, kicking and screaming, was because of colonialism. Because there was white people there, and they passed on their knowledge before they left. Whether it was correct for them to be there, that's a different story. But don't give me this shit that the black people all of a sudden went from, you know, catching their food with a spear to, you know, doing something else. And catching their food, learning to plant. So where the fuck do you think they got this shit from, dummies? They got it from the white people that colonized the area. The Europeans. And then they left. Fucking idiots. They're making it sound like, oh, the black people built a kingdom. No, they didn't. Unless you call, like, huts made out of thatched trees or something kingdoms. No, they didn't even know what diamonds were. Now they know because the white people showed them. They didn't know shit. Okay? They're about as backwards as this country is becoming. Jesus Christ, have mercy. Fortunately, in the great state of Florida, which has its own problems, but we banned this shit. And thank goodness that we did. My only theory is that after DeSantis is gone, he ain't gonna make it to the presidency, which I'm fine with. But I'd rather have him as governor. But after he's gone, God help us if they put in some liberal retard like they almost did with that Gilliam guy that wound up like throwing up on himself at a party, and then it turned out he was a closet homosexual, and now he's going to jail or something. What? Yeah, they almost voted for that. Yeah, way to go, libtards. We'd be overrun by immigrants, migrants, and fucking the kids wouldn't be learning anything. Remember, reading, writing, and arithmetic. Just stick to that shit. Oh, this isn't indoctrination. Fuck you, it's not indoctrination. They do this shit all the fucking time. Yes, it's indoctrination. It's basically white guilt. They want to turn these kids into Democratic voters, and oh, the black man, and oh. The Democratic Party has never helped black people. Never. Fuck, you had the guy in the White House when he was running. I already told you, he said, if you don't vote for me, you're not black. And what'd they do? They still voted for him. You've got to be the most retard race on the fucking planet. You don't vote for somebody that insults you. Does any of this ring a bell? Oh, we gonna give us free shit, nigga? I don't have to work. I can commit crimes. I could sit on the corner there and drink my Thunderbird out of a brown paper bag. Let's vote for him. Yeah, how'd that work out? It worked out real good for the country, didn't it? Yeah, how the fuck that work out, retards? Actually stole the election anyway. Everybody knows it was nothing but ballot box stuffing. Oh, we found these 300,000 ballots behind 7-Eleven. We have to count them. Yeah, fuck off. Look. Schools should bring back civics. Teach the Constitution and teach the history of this country. Some good, some bad. But every country had growing pains. Every country did. And there wasn't a fucking race. I already did this. There wasn't a fucking race on this planet that has not been enslaved at one time or another by somebody else. It's horrible. What you should focus on is the slavery that's going on right now. Nah, we have to ask for something that happened 250 years ago and didn't even happen to us. I told you before, you didn't pick any fucking cotton. Okay? But you want something for nothing. Why don't you focus on the fact you use a cell phone? The Democrats are pushing these EV cars. They need cobalt for the battery, or your computer for the cell phone. It's in like every fucking battery because it makes rechargeable batteries last longer, retards. That's dug by pickaxe, by hand. 90% of it comes out of Africa, in the Congo. None of you knew this. Okay, I know you don't know it, because you're stupid. Comes out of the Congo. They don't have correct shoes. They got flip-flops on. There are rock piles every day or avalanches. Kids get killed. Those people live in mud huts. They get about 80 cents a day to dig by pickaxe. Their blood has too much lead, nickel, copper, all this other shit in it. These people are being poisoned slowly. They have no respirators. Mothers dig with their newborn infants on their back. These are facts. And if they can't do it, they don't get paid the 80 cents a day. 80 cents a day. They're living in squalor. The government over there, black run, is corrupt. They don't care about their people. But it's all white, man. They're taking kickbacks, letting these corporations come in, these mining companies. They take advantage of the people, pay them 80 cents a fucking day. If they break a leg or something, well, tough shit. Yeah. Their kid gets killed by some cave-in or something, tough shit. The kid on the back, the mother's inhaling the fumes. I'm sure the kid will grow up just fine with a certain amount of lead in its body. But that's okay. That's what. Don't focus on that. I didn't know about it. I'm stupid. But 250 years ago in school, they taught... Yeah. You're a fucking retard. Every single one of you. That's why I'm glad Florida's moving at least in the direction it's going. So maybe in a decade or two, we'll have some brighter students that can read, write, and do arithmetic, and might know something about this country. I don't even want to visit these other states. Portland, Seattle, California. You could rifle them off. All the blue states. New York. They're full of a bunch of mental cases and uneducated fucks. They're going to tell you everything that the white man's done because they're indoctrinated in these schools. And these kind of courses are what the fuck does it. I guarantee you they're not teaching it for, oh, we're not politicizing the articles. Yeah, fuck you, you're not. Fuck you, you're not. You know what you're doing. It's going to be hammered in these kids' heads that the black person is owed this much money for the rest of their lives because their great-great-great ancestor, which we don't even know if they were related to, was a slave at one time in history, just like the rest of the world. Biggest slave traders were Muslims. You don't see them kicking anything back, do you? Nope. The British enslaved the fucking goddamn Irish. I'm not getting anything. Nigga, please. Yeah. Go fuck yourself. Okay, those kids are going to be stupid. I feel bad for the kids because they have no choice. They don't know any better. If I was their parents, holy shit, there'd be a whole bunch of deprogramming going on. Or if I could afford it, a charter school, or just move out of the fucking state. I would seriously look into it. But most of these parents, that's what happened with COVID. The parents work every day, like my parents. They didn't know what I was fucking learning in school. They knew a little, in grade school, but as it got on to middle school, high school, they really didn't know. Good thing for me, we didn't really have all this indoctrination. Because my parents were too busy working, and a lot of parents were. But once COVID came, then all of a sudden the kids were home, the parents were home, they're like, so, what have you been learning? That's when the problem started. The parents didn't understand, so they started going to these school board meetings, and our great administration calls them terrorists now. Parents at school board meet, they're terrorists. Yeah, you're going to see some real terrorist activities in this country really soon. And it won't be by those people. It'll be by a porous border. That's what you're going to see. So get your food, your ammo, and your other shit ready. Because that's what's really coming. It'll give them an excuse. I'll do another video on this. It'll give them an excuse for another lockdown. Don't say it ain't coming. They've already made it through. They're already here. If you don't think so, you're a fucking retard. And all the liberals will be begging to be locked down. Because they're pussies and they need to be taken care of. Just like all the people with the masks on. I'm gonna catch it. Meanwhile, there's gaps in the mask everywhere. What the fuck you think it's doing? It was all for show. You got this thing called an immune system? Yeah. Why don't you stop smoking, asshole? I went into a Wawa one time. I went to reach for a mask because I didn't have one on because I didn't want him to kick me out of the store. I just wanted to pay for gas. He forgot my mask. It was in my other car. Some asshole goes, hey, don't get too close. I go, what? Well, I don't want to get sick, man. I looked at him. Asshole was buying 2 packs of cigarettes in his hand. I said, you know it's a lung virus, right? What? Huh? Yeah, I go, way to go, Florida man. People are so fucking dumb. They will do anything they're told. You could tell, I can go downtown and tell you right now, just by looking at people, whether they're educated or not, probably I'll be right 9 out of 10 times. 9.9 out of 10 times. They always look the same. Always. Fat, dopey looking, multicolored hair. These are the people, the undesirables. As I like to call them. You don't want them. They're the libtards that ruin shit. So, in a nutshell, if you're from California, New York, just fucking stay where you are. Stay in your own filth. Nobody wants you here. You serve no fucking purpose. Just stay where the fuck you are. We don't want you here. You are a piece of shit. Stay where you are. And in school, bring back civics, concentrate on reading, writing, and arithmetic. None of this black history bullshit. We're not in fucking Africa. You fucking retards. Thankfully, I live in a state that's taking care of that right now. I hope it continues. I'm a little bit worried in the future, but I hope it fucking continues. Because believe me, after working some of the jobs I worked at when I went back to school, when I was the bright age of 50, it could be done. And I went back to school, and I worked some jobs I had to work to, during my school hours, what I could grab. Boy, some of these kids are so fucking dumb. And no offense to black kids. Most of them, I met a few bright ones that had a good future, but one of them, the father didn't allow any rap in the house, none of that shit. Kid was smart. He was a great welder, too. He's probably making a lot more money than me right now. Good kid. He was great. His brother, same thing. But the other ones, you go to work, fucking pants down around the asshole. They don't tell them to pull them up. They don't dare say a thing. They violate the dress code every day. If a white person walked in there, oh, pull that up. They let the black kids slide right by. Every fucking time. Black privilege. But, you ask these kids anything? Boy, they don't know shit. I've never seen the level of stupid until I worked at Walmart for 3 years. Never seen the level of stupid. And that was with most kids, black and white, but no offense. the black kids were so fucking stupid. I never saw anything like it. Never saw anything like it. So yeah, that's what you want to teach them is black culture so they can get a degree in that shit and then not get a job. And blame it on Whitey that's holding them down. You follow me? Reading, writing, and arithmetic. And civics. That's it. That's what you should be teaching. Anything other than that, you want to learn it, ask your fucking parents to go pick up a book or some shit like that. It has no business in school. Not any business at all. And the shit about 57 genders, yeah, there's 2 genders. Now you solve that, you kick someone in the balls. That solves that gender problem right there. You'll find out what you are. You fucking retard. Here, these are balls. Goodbye.